1,000 years will give you such a crick in the neck. Any casual moviegoer will know who said that line, who portrays the character that says that line, and what movie that character is from. Today I'm talking about Aladdin, and this is probably one of the greatest films that I've ever seen in my life. A staple of my childhood, being a child of the 90s. What you could say this film is about is growing up and finding out who you really are and being truthful to yourself. Something that Aladdin himself needs to learn in this film. He starts out as this poor boy in the slums of Agrabah, and he learns through trial and error that being truthful to yourself and not hiding behind a false image is the best way to go to live your life. The hero of the story, Aladdin, is a street rat in the slums of Agrabah who is kind of thick-headed, but not so much that he does not have a good side to him. There is a scene where he has the piece of bread that he stole so he could eat something for himself. But what happens is he sees somebody else in need, and so he willingly gives up what he worked hard to get so that this other person can have something decent to eat. But there's also this other side to him that wants to try to be a better person than what he is. He wants to escape from the shackles that street life has put around him. And he basically wants to live in the palace. He wants to feel what it is like to be catered to, what it is to be royalty. That brings him in contact with Princess Jasmine, who is actually trying to do the exact opposite. She wants to be out in the world. She doesn't want to be confined to the palace. She does not feel like being catered to. She wants to break the royalty mold and not have to be told that she has to choose a husband to marry. When Aladdin and Jasmine meet, they strike up an instant relationship because of their differences that they kind of relate with each other. But it comes to a point where that law that says that Princess Jasmine cannot marry anybody but a prince comes between them. Aladdin, however, is able to find a way around the law by coming across this magic lamp holding a very special genie. And what the genie can do is grant Aladdin's wish to become a prince. And afterwards, that's when the ego starts to step in. Everybody can relate to that whenever you have something you truly desire. You don't want to let go of it, and you start to become thick-headed about it. And that's exactly what happens to Aladdin. He gets so wrapped up in his ego that he forgets who he is and that he is a good person with good morals who can do anything he can set his mind to. And that would be enough to convince somebody that he will be right for the princess. It comes to a point when the Sultan also throws into his lap that when he marries Jasmine, he himself will become the Sultan. And Aladdin suddenly snaps out of his ego trip and realizes the responsibilities that he has to partake in. What this movie does really well is balance its characters. You've got your hero, you've got your girl, you've got your villain. You've also got 3 really good comic relief characters. And none is more better than Robin Williams as the genie. And it was such a tragedy when we lost this talent, because Robin Williams made this role his own. You could tell that he was just having a great time recording all of these lines that they use in the movie for him. And just, I mean, even looking at the picture, you can kind of tell that some of the genie was modeled off of Robin Williams' appearance. Because watching the genie interact in this movie and listening to Robin's voice come from that, I see Robin's face on the genie. Because it blends so well together. And you can't get any better than that, in my honest opinion, when you can see the character and the actor in one whole being. One aspect that might turn people off to the movie is Gilbert Gottfried as Iago, because you hear the name Gilbert Gottfried and all of a sudden you think of this annoying guy with this really annoying voice, and you think of Affleck. But in all actuality, Gottfried is not annoying in this role. In fact, he adds really good comedy to his part in the movie. And it is just a treat to watch Iago interact with Jafar. They play off each other so well. I can't think of any other villainous duo that are so fun to watch and so likable in all sense, despite how nasty and dastardly they can be. The animation in this film is also really well done. Not as good as Beauty and the Beast or Lion King in my opinion, but it is still up to par. Not just the animation, but the music is also memorable as well. I remember every song that is in this film. Friend Like Me, Prince Ali, one of the greatest songs in Disney. Also, you've got your stereotypical love song, A Whole New World. But actually, the ending version of this song is really well done by Peabo Bryson. I forget the lady that sings with him, but these two do such a really good duet for the end credits. And the Blu-ray transfer is so crisp and so stupendous that this movie is so good to watch in this format. And like any other Disney film that is put into high definition, it works. I just wish they would release this in America, because I had to go through Amazon to get this. It's a foreign copy. I'm not sure if it's Canadian or the United Kingdom. It works in Region 1 Blu-ray players, at least this copy does. I don't know if there would be other copies that people would have a problem with. But I am so glad that I spent the money to get this, because I simply adore this movie. Good messages, really good characters. It's, all in all, it's fun for the whole family. I recommend you give this film a shot. So come on down, stop on by, hop a carpet and fly to another Arabian night with Aladdin.